Numbers 26, the second census. After the plague, the Lord said Moses and Eleazar son of Aaron, the priest, to take a census of the whole Israelite community by families, all those 20 years old or more who are able to serve in the army of Israel. So on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them and said, take a census of the men 20 years old or more, as the Lord commanded Moses. These were the Israelites who came out of Egypt, the descendants of Reuben. The firstborn of son of Israel were through Hanok and the Hanok clan, through Palu, through Hezron. These were the clans of Reuben. Those numbered were 43,730. The son of Palu was Eliab, and the son of Eliab was Nemu. Dathan and Abiram, the same Dathan and Abiram were the community officials who rebelled against Moses and Aaron, and were among Korah's followers, for they rebelled against the Lord. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed them along with Korah, whose followers died when the fire devoured the 250 men, and they served as a warning sign. The line of Korah, however, did not die out. The descendants of Simon by their clans were through Nemuel, through Jamin, through Jachin, through Zerah, and through Shaul. These were the clans of Simon. Those numbered were 22,200. The descendants of Gad by their clans through Sephan, through Haggai, through Shanui, through Ozni, through Eri, through Arodi, through Areli. These were the clans of Gad. Those numbered were 40,500. and Onan were sons of Judah, but they died in Canaan. The descendants of Judah by their clans were through Shelah, through Perez, through Zerah. The descendants of Perez were through Hezron, through Hamul. These were the clans of Judah. Those numbered were 76,500. The descendants of Issachar by their clans were through Tola, through Pua, through Jashub, and through Shimron. These were the clans of Ishar. Those numbered were 64,300. The descendants of Zabal by their clans were through Zered, through Elon, through Jalil. These were the clans of Zebulon. Those numbered were 60,500. The descendants of Joseph by their clans through Manasseh. What Ephraim were the descendants of Manasseh through Machri, through Galed. These were the descendants of Galed through Lazar, Elek, Azriel, and Shechem, through Shemitah, Hefer. These were the clans of Manasseh. Those numbered were 52,700. These were the descendants of Ephraim by their clans through Shetelah, Becher, Tachan, Iran. These were the clans of Ephraim. Those numbered were 32,500. These were the descendants of Joseph by their clans. The descendants of Benjamin by their clans were through Bela, through Ashbel, through Achram, through Shubfam, through Hubfam. The descendants of Bela through Ard were Naaman, were through Ard, through Naaman. These were the clans of Benjamin. Those numbered were 45,600. These were the descendants of Dan by their clans. Through Shuchem, the Shuchamite clan. These were the clans of Dan. All of them were Shuchanite clans, and those numbered were 64,400. The descendants of Asher by their clans through Emnah, Ishvi, Berat, through Heber, Malkiel. Those who were the clans of Asher, those numbered were 53,400. The descendants of Naphtali their clans were Jazel, Gani, Jazer, Shalem. These were the clans of Naphtali. Those numbered were 45,400. The total number of the men of Israel was 601,730. The Lord said to Moses, land is to be allotted to them as an inheritance based on the numbers of names. To a larger group gives a larger inheritance, and to a smaller group a small one. Each is to receive its inheritance according to the number of those listed. Be sure that the land is distributed by lot. What each group inherits will be according to the names for its ancestral tribe. Each inheritance is to be distributed by lot among the larger and smaller groups. These were the Levites who were counted by their clans. Through Jeshurun, the Jeshurunite, Kohath, Merari. These were the Levite clans. Lebanite clan, Herobrite, Machalite clan, Mashite clan, and Korahite clan. The names of Arman's wives was Jochebed, a descendant of Levi, who was born to the Levites in Egypt. To Aram she bore Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. Aaron was the father of Nadab and Abihu, Elazar, Ithamar, but Nadab and Abihu died when they made an offering before the Lord with unauthorized fire. All the male Levites a month old or more numbered 23,000. They were not counted along with the other Israelites because they had received no inheritance among them. These are the ones counted by Moses and Eleazar the priests when they counted the Israelites on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across the Jericho. Not one of them was among those counted by Moses and Aaron the priests when they counted an Israelite in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had told them, for the Lord had told those Israelites they would surely die in the wilderness, and not one of them was left except Caleb son of Jephunneh and Joshua son of Nun. Numbers 27. The daughters of Sabalahed, son of Hephar, the son of Galed, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, belonged to the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. The names of the daughters were Machalah, Noah, Hoglah, Makai, Tirzah. They came forward and stood before Moses. Eleazar the priest and the leaders, the whole assembly, at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and said, Our father died in the wilderness. He was not among Korah's followers who banded together against the Lord, but he died for his own sin and left no sons. Why should our father's name disappear from his clan because he had no son? Give us property among our father relatives. So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord said to them, What Sephalahad's daughter are saying is right. You must certainly give them property as an inheritance among their father's relatives, and give their father's inheritance to them. Say to the Israelite, if a man dies and leaves no son, give his inheritance to his daughter. If he has no daughter, give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative in the clan, and he may possess it. This is to have the force of the law for the Israelite, as the Lord commanded Moses. Joshua to succeed Moses. And the Lord said to Moses, Go up this mountain in the Abraham range and see the land I have given the Israelites. After you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people, as your brother Aaron was. For when the community rebelled against at the waters in the desert of Sin, both of you disobeyed the command to honor me as a holy before their eyes. Moses said to the Lord, May the Lord, the God who gives breath to all living things, appoint someone over his community to go out and come out and before them. One who will lead them out and bring them in to the Lord's people will not be like sheep without a shepherd. So the Lord said to Moses, Take Joshua son of Nun, a man in whom in the spirit of leadership, and lay your hand on him. Have him stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire assembly, and commission him in your presence. Give him some of your authority, so the whole Israelite community will obey him. He is to stand before Eleazar the priest, who will obtain decisions for him by inquiring of the Urim before the Lord. At his command, he and the entire community of Israelite will go out, and his command they will come in. Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He took Joshua and had him stand before Eleazar the priest and the whole assembly. Then he laid his hands on him and commissioned him as the Lord instructed through Moses.